Warning, incoming game over. Warning, incoming game over.
Alright, last time I had some audio issues, but this time hopefully everybody can hear me. Good evening. Happy New Year to all Calgary Flames fans. For those who are watching, thanks for tuning in. My name is Anand on Game Over Calgary. Once again, Happy New Year to those who are watching as well. Thanks for joining me this evening. I have a special announcement, so stick till until the end to hear that announcement, but we'll go over everything you need to know. Start hitting the chat line as always. We are wide open for questions, answers, or topics you want to talk about. I have a certain topics as well, but it would be lovely to hear from you as well. Let me know what went wrong today as the Flames dropped the ball against the Utah Hockey Club. Their second time this season, but I think this time they came off with a better result. But again, a little sloppy, not the result the Flames wanted to start the new year, and something we need to talk about as well. As you're joining us from the Anand's basement studio, if you can once again hear me, say hello in the chat. I had few some audio issues last time, but hopefully this time is working and all. But before we get started, as always, I want to do a quick ad read just to thank our sponsors. Shift into Hyperdrive Hockey and get ready to have some with your new source for all the biggest stories in hockey, bringing you a unique style of broadcasting and commentary with a Quebecois flavor. Hyperdrive Hockey combines top tier hockey analysis, big stories, pop culture, and a damn atmosphere that will drive debate, make you think, and more. Join Max Van Hoot, Daphne Malabouf, and Kevin Lemaire every Tuesday and Wednesday for your fun-filled hockey world. Watch on YouTube or the Game Over Network channel, or subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon. Head to our website, thegameovernetwork.com, for more information. Once again, the Calgary Flames dropped the ball against the Utah Hockey Club second time this season. The first one was a 5-1 loss. This one a 5-3 loss, which was much closer for this game. First of all, Happy New Year to those who are watching and those who are tuning in. We appreciate all your support on Game Over Calgary. I did Game Over Edmonton's YouTube couple nights ago, just filling in for them. Happy to be back for Game Over Calgary. So the Calgary Flames started slow, but then they were quick to respond as well. Utah opened the scoring from Lawson Kraus, assisted by Ian Cole at the 8:51 mark. And talking about Ian Cole, a club member from the Utah Hockey Club, his former team played at the Circle K Classic tournament this week in Calgary. And Shattuck St. Mary's former Sydney or NHLer Sidney Crosby and Macklin Celebrini celebrated. It was their prep school, Shattuck St. Mary's. They are the champions of the Circle K Classic. So those who watched that, thanks for it as well. I did a couple games on the broadcasting. It was fun experience, getting to know all the players and the talent we have that visited Calgary. All right, towards the end of the first period, Calgary Flames opened the scoring. They tied the game at 1-1 from a power play goal by Blake Coleman, assisted by Kadri and Anderson on the power play marker at 19:12. So just a minute remaining in the first period, they scored a wonderful power play goal, much needed for Blake Coleman, especially since he has been quiet on the score recently. And then Kadri as well continues to be amazing. That Huberdeau Kadri pass was the line. Unfortunately, Huberdeau doesn't get any point tonight, but he was all around the ice again. He was mostly visible. And then Rasmus Anderson for that goal. Once again, like I said, they were sloppy coming out of the gates. In the first period, there was not much action coming on. But again, it's after the New Year's Day. Maybe they were a little tired. Just regrouping coming from the new year. It's a new year, new style. Maybe they were planning something. We don't know. So they were kind of slow. And then shots were Utah for 6 and Calgary 10. Yeah, like I said, no major action in the first period. We'll head into the second period shortly, but it was an interesting look in the first period, not as fast as you would expect from them as well. And it was interesting how the first period fared out. It took a while for them to respond as well after giving up the Utah 1 nothing goal, and that would have maybe slowed down the progress a little bit, but they got it done. They tied the game at 1-1 by the end of the first period. They showed some response, and I love that. We'll talk about other topics soon as well, but I just wanted to touch on how Coronado has been amazing. He has developed so much that he's ready for the next level almost every night. He's all over the park. He'll make defensive plays. He'll try to shoot. I believe he had like six shots tonight on goal compared to what we see from like a Kuzmenko on a daily basis. He had six shots on goal tonight, and that was something impressive as well from a youngster who had that AHL stint. It was so fantastic to see, and I love that rookie, young rookie, Mac Coronado. He has a bright future ahead of him. I think he'll be one of the future faces of the Calgary Flames if he decide to stay, of course. But yeah, so amazed with him with his performance. Even though he has been quiet on the score sheet as well, he's trying his best out there night. He's every night on the ice. He's noticeable, and it comes a long way. Especially we thought he would have be a regular NHLer. He's proving that wrong for Flames fans like me and you. Um, Let me know what you think of Mac Coronato. Tell me what you think of Blake Coleman, Kadri, Anderson. All our chat is open once again. We love the fan engagement. Thanks for tuning in. It's the second day, January 2nd, after the New Year's Day. So, once again, a quick scoring summary. Um, at the beginning, the Flames started slow, of course. Utah opened the scoring from goal from Lawson Krause, assisted by Ian Cole at the 8:51 mark, and the Blake Coleman from Kadri and Anderson on the power play makes it 1-1 when the first period ends. Like I said, nothing major to note from that first period, but just small points here and there. Um, Especially Flames looking to tie the game at the end of the first period. Always an improvement booster marker. All right, let's head into the second period now. If there are no other questions or thoughts that you want to share. And second period, here we come. Let's head into our Game On brand advertisement. So Game On, we are working on it to relaunch as early as next week. We have a behind the scenes planning going on already. Game Over has you covered after the game, like me, I'm doing right now. But in order to get you ready to watch the Flames, you've got to watch Game On too. Game On Calgary is a short form daily news podcast covering everything you need to know about the Calgary Flames, hosted by Anand Unithan, that's me, myself, and Conrad Krausert. Conrad, if you're in the chat, say hello. Thanks for tuning in as well. Happy New Year to you. And get all your Flames news in under 10 minutes, Monday through Friday, on the Game Over Network YouTube channel and a podcast form, which you can find at thegameovernetwork.com/pages/Calgary. Also, hello to Matt DeMille and Peter Klein on behalf of our Game Over Calgary crew. We wish you a Happy New Year. Let's start off the second period, which things gets feisty. Do we like the officiating calls? And Flames have a lead 3-2 when after that everything goes wrong. Ben Renz is joining us on the chat. Hello, Ben. Thanks for joining in. Happy Thursday to you. Almost a Friday, almost a weekend. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. Let me know if you watched the game tonight against the Flames and Utah. Let me know your thoughts and comments. I would be happy to share them across our board. But before that, Utah gets a lead again in the second period. Once again, they open it. That's a power play goal by Logan Cooley, assisted by Gunther and Clayton Keller. Okay, now, was Kadri high-sticked? That's the question. He had blood coming out of his face, but penalty was called the other direction. which ends Utah scoring the power play goal. Kadri wasn't happy and he tried to plead his case, but it didn't work. Then he kept on chirping rest of the game. He got a 10-minute misconduct, kicked out of the game, came back in the third period. But a frustrating game for Kadri, of course. He wanted a couple of the calls, but he didn't get it. So tonight's game, can we say it was part of officiating? For sure. There were a couple of the missed calls as well. And the refs didn't help at all. If you agree with me, feel free to let me know in the chat. I would like to hear your thoughts. And then shortly after, 1 minute later, Connor Zary, another amazing rookie. We talked about Coronato in the first period. Amazing youngster Connor Zary ties it 1 minute later, assisted by Viger and Sharangovich. And this was 100 games with the Flames for Zary a couple nights ago. So another important milestone. I was not there to celebrate it. Of course, I was filling in for Game Over Edmonton. But congratulations on Connor Zary. Congratulations for him finding on that goal tonight. And he has been stellar ever since. He's making all those plays. He has been a little snake bitten here and there. But it would be so rewarding for him to get that goal this evening. And full kudos to him. He's also noticeable on the ice every shift he's on. He's making those plays. As John Abbott describes, he's been flipping pancakes. Such an amazing talent. Mac Coronato and Connor Zary. There'll be two ideal superstars. Call me on it, bookmark me. I don't care, but I say they too will one day be the face of this franchise. Of course, that is if they stay. And then shortly after, Braden Pahal, another story highlight. Of course, if you know his story, he was claimed from the Vegas Golden Knights on waivers. He got picked. Ever since, he has been a great blue line defenseman on the third pairing. We'll see if he maybe has a case to get elevated a little bit, but I don't know if there is a room right now. Bean and Pahal has been working very well. But maybe with the impact he has been having every night, can he get elevated? That's the question. But Braden Pahal in his 100th career NHL games gets a goal tonight with its parents in attendance. I met his uncle once, Uncle Kurt. Kudos to you if you're watching. But Braden Pahal, assisted by Coronato and Coleman, makes it 3-2 for the Calgary Flames. And then that's where things take a turn, because I thought there is no way now that the Flames are out of this. And I thought that elusive 4 goals will happen, but it doesn't seem to be that case. Tune in to find out before we head into a third period marker. But once again, the chat is wide open. Feel free to ask questions or thoughts as we move along. We'll do a quick period stats and summary what we talked about, and then head into the third period right here. So face-offs were equal, both for 21 for Utah, 21 for Calgary. Power plays for, like I said earlier on, Blake Coleman scored a power play goal, making it 1 out of 3 Calgary and 1 out of 2 for Utah. Hits were 28 for Calgary, 16 for Utah. So I love that hits. There has been feisty and intensity in the past few games, especially you saw the Vancouver game. There were 5 players in the penalty box at once for Vancouver, 3 for Calgary. We saw a fantastic 80s battle, if you want to call it. Once again, I haven't seen hockey's back in the day on the 80s. I'm a newer Calgary Flames fan, for those who know. And then shots were 20 for Calgary and 15 for Utah. Again, let's quickly recap for you the second period. Utah opened the scoring to regain the lead. Power play goal by Logan Cooley. Once again, question was Kadri high-sticked? You may agree with me. He was. You may disagree with me. But Kadri pleaded his case of seeing blood on the ice. But officials, of course, they have the final word, and it's difficult to win a challenge as well if you ask them. Then our amazing Connor Zari, our rookie, our possible future face of the franchise, uh, ties the game at 2-2, assisted by Vigar and Sharangovic. Okay, here is one point from me. Sharangovic, he's been getting assists, so maybe a game changer. Sharangovic, Zari, Palche, even Palche also. Even though he's been quiet on the score sheet, he's been making plays, he's noticeable. Can we see that? Definitely. Hopefully, Sharangovic can turn around with a couple of assists he has now. And of course, Zari celebrated his 100th game in the NHL a few nights ago. So, congratulations to him. And then Braden Pahala on the other end as well. Great waiver pick story. He makes a goal against Utah Hockey Club, his 100th career game, and in front of his parents. What a beautiful moment. Of course, if I do something in front of my parents, something good, something achieving, I always feel proud as well. So, hopefully, he was proud too, and much deserved. All right, let's head into the third period. For those who are still watching, thank you for watching. I have a special announcement at the end, so I urge you to stick around. And in the meanwhile, hit that subscribe button, hit a like, comment as well, as you show your support and appreciation for Game Over Calgary. Now take a look towards my left. I have a QR code up on the screen now. What a way better to support something you love by rocking. Hold on, give me 1 second. Pardon me. Alright, there we go. What a way better to support something you love than by rocking it as clothing. Game Over's apparel line has now dropped with 3 unique designs. Whether you feel the nostalgic pull of a retro skater design, so something like this, or you want to make a statement with our established design, or wear one with our goalies. Let me get the goalie one. Do I have the right one? Maybe this one. With a leave and die by the goalie design. Or if you just want to get through another winter coffee, like we are having winter right now outside of Calgary, we have got it covered, designed by Brady Chalice from Game Over Winnipeg. Use the QR code on stream now and take a look through our apparel store and help us rebuild local sports media in Calgary while repping your community. Alright, let's head into the third period where things get interesting. And I don't know if I want to blame Dan Vladar, but could he have stopped a couple of those shots, couple of those goals? There have been talking around social media that Wolf would have stopped those shots. And was this Wolf's night to start as well? Especially he has a 10-1-0 record at home. He's been the hottest goaltender in when at home. Did Dustin Wolf want that start? So Utah ties up the game as they come out of the gates 37 seconds in. Traffic in front of Vladar. Could he have saved that? And that goal coming from Clayton Keller, the captain, assisted by Mata and Hayton. And second point for Clayton Keller as he got the secondary assist on the Logan Cooley power play goal. Shortly after, just 1 minute 57 seconds later, for Edmonton, last time when I filled it in for them, they were at they were in the 22nd mark. They scored goals to rebound against Utah. Now it's the Calgary Flames that gave up a goal 157 later. Utah retakes the lead 4-3 for Dan Vlada, 4-3 for Utah Hockey Club, assisted by Lawson Kraus and assisted by Bustad and Mata. So second goal for Lawson Kraus, and he ends up being the first star selected by the Flames. So, and then we come to question officiating again. Was that penalty shot was that penalty shot worthy? That's my question. Of course, Dan Vladar makes a save on that, which is huge. Turning point, of course. Could have been much worse on the result for the Calgary Flames, but the refs didn't help at all tonight. So, could Dan Vladar have saved those two goals? And who was the right starter for this game? Especially, I thought Dan Vladar, especially with the win mentality, I thought they would go whoever wins gets the next start. They've been sort of doing that, but now we see the rotating back in again. Now it will be interesting who they start against Nashville coming up on Saturday. We'll do a quick look ahead for you, and then I'll do my surprise announcement as well. But does Dan Vladar, he had a tough night? Does he start again? Or is it Dustin Wolf? Of course, you could see another interesting tandem on Saturday. If Dustin Wolf starts, I could see Nashville going for UC Saros. Once again, two goaltenders that are about the same height or so, few inches different. That could be interesting. Once again, Flames are home at Nashville. And at what point do you solidify a goaltending tandem? Do you keep Wolf running all the way? Do you still split starts? Or do you keep Dan Vladar their solid start? There are a lot of options. I don't know if there is one clear answer just yet. It will be interesting to see how they differ. Of course, I'm not the coaching staff. You are not part of the coaching staff. You wouldn't know how they will go with starts. But I want to see Dustin Wolf get a few more shots at it. As much as no hate to Dan Vladar, I know he wants to get starts as well. So at what point do they solidify a goaltender? Because we haven't seen this goaltender tandem with the Flames before. It was used to be Markstrom and Vladar. Markstrom getting solid off the lead work. But can Wolf handle a long stretch of games? Of course not. He's still in his rookie season. But of course, you want the experience. He's one of the better goaltenders. His IQ puck tracking IQ is wonderful. So, what's the final choice? We'll have to wait and see what they do against Saturday. I would love to see Dustin Wolf back on net. Of course, let's take a quick look at the save percentage when it comes to tonight. I know Dan Vladar's save percentage will take a bit of beating again. So 25 shots faced, 21 shots stopped, 4 goals against, and a .840 percentage. So his save percentage will take a beating. On the other hand, Vajal Melka for Utah, apologies if I mispronounce it, but he stopped 23 out of 26 shots he faced, 0.885%, so a little bit more better percentage for the Utah Hockey Club goaltender. So that's where it stands. So let's do a quick third period scoring summary and do a recap, and then we'll open it to our chat lens as always, the period for overtime, where I'll do a quick announcement as well, and then we'll see where we stand, and then we'll close it out. But Utah ties the game as they come out of the gates, 37 seconds in, traffic in front of the net, in front of Vladar. Could he have saved that? Maybe there was screen in front of him, but that goal for Clayton Keller assisted by Mata and Hayton. Shortly after, Utah takes the lead again. 157 later, Kraus assisted by Bustad and Mata, his second goal of the game. And then, of course, you can talk about officiating as well. That penalty shot missed, high stick on Kadri, officiating a question as well. And then Dan Vladar. Could he have stopped a few? And what does it take to get Dustin Wolf back on net? We'll have to wait and see as we go through you. But let's do a quick look ahead before I segue into the open line chat. Once again, thanks for tuning in if you are doing so. This fantastic Thursday evening. We are already into the weekend. It's second day done already here in Calgary, January 2nd. So let's take a look. So where am I at? So Utah. So we are done with Utah. Next on Saturday, Matt DeMille will carry the post-game show for you. And then shortly after that on Tuesday, Conrad. So couple days break for the Flames. Monday and Sunday and Monday, they'll take on the Anaheim Ducks away, and then we have a back-to-back against the LA Kings. Conrad will have that. Then back to Saturday against the LA Kings, where they come home against the LA Kings. Conrad will have that. Then the Monday after that, the Blackhawks will be playing as well, and then St. Louis Blues twice. So you'll get a rather odd schedule for the Calgary Flames, of course. So the teams in play are Predators, Ducks, Kings, Blackhawks, Blues. This will be an important stretch for the Calgary Flames. Of course, they are still deciding the direction they want to go. Are they a playoff team? Are they a rebuilding team? That's a question. So as of right now, let's take a look at the NHL standings real quick. I hope it's updated from tonight's game. If not, we'll get you an updated one later on. NHL standings on ESPN. So let's see, wildcard. We'll go to wildcard. So the Flames are in a wildcard spot. They have the second wildcard spot, 43 points. But Vancouver will be in action shortly. Utah is climbing up slowly. So still chasing for your Calgary Flames. Of course, the notion is that post holidays, whichever teams is in a wildcard spot have a chance to make the playoffs. I know most fans may not like that, but it's an interesting spot where the Flames sit. So that will do it for the period 3, as we once again did a recap of Dan Vladar. Could he have stopped the couple of shots? The result could have been much different. And officiating in this game, a question a little frustrating. Alright, let's head into period 4, where I open the chat line and an announcement from me as well. So here is my announcement. For those who are watching, thanks for your support and as always. But I'll be taking a break for a few days time in the next week or so, and joining the Sportsnet 960 the fan crew for my 1-month practicum at SAIT. So I love this broadcast news program with SAIT. So I'm joining the Sportsnet 960 crew for a month, just to learn what the whole big scope of the media world is. So I'll be taking a week break. Like I mentioned, it will be Matt and Conrad riding along the journey for you on Game Over Calgary for the next little bit. Kudos to them for stepping up. But yeah, I'll be gone for my practicum. I kept it announced till the new year. I announced it yesterday on my social media feeds. And if you're following me on CGY_Anand, just a recommendation to follow. You can tune into my updates. I'll keep you updated. I'll try to jump on the chat in between during Game Over Calgary. But I'll be spending the time with the evening crew for the first week at least. And then hope to be back on week 2. That's the next Monday after on some Game Over shows, depending on how my sleep schedule and all goes. But I'm excited for the journey. And Thank you again for everybody who has been giving me support and kind words on Game Over Calgary, of course, and the Game Over Network, and then on social media as well. I appreciate all of your support and kindness as we go through this new year, new adventure for me. As well. So, for those who didn't know, I'm a broadcast news program student at SAIT, and I have aligned now my practicum with Sportsnet 960 for the next month or so. So it will be interesting to navigate through. Now to the chat line we go. I see only Ben runs. Ben, welcome aboard once again. Thanks for tuning in, and a couple of others watching as well. We appreciate you tuning in. I'll keep the chat lines open for a few more seconds to see if there are any last minute stranglers. Once again, as the Flames drop the ball against the Utah Hockey Club by a score of 5-3. I thought the Flames had it. They still don't have that elusive 4 goals. They couldn't score 4+ goals. I thought they would with how the play was going. But again, of course, you can be, of course, frustrated with the officiating and all that more. So what's up next for the Calgary Flames? Like I said, they will take on the Nashville Predators at home on Saturday, and then they'll head on home on the road for 2 games. That's the Ducks and the LA Kings. I know I'm working those at the Sportsnet 960 studio, and then they come back home after that to the LA Kings again. So 2 LA Kings and 1 Anaheim Ducks in between that, and one of them is a back-to-back on the Tuesday and Wednesday. Alright, thank you everybody for tuning into Game Over Calgary. We appreciate your support. Happy New Year. Looking forward to a great year on Game Over Calgary ahead. Have a great evening. Enjoy the weekend. And we'll see you all around soon. You can catch up with me on CGY_Anand on Twitter, Instagram, Twitter or X, Instagram, and on TikTok even. Or you can join our Discord server as well, where you can catch up with me as well if you want to ask about my practicum updates, if you want to ask about the Calgary Flames, anything at all. On behalf of the Calgary Game Over crew, my name is Anand, signing off. Kudos to Matt DeMille, Conrad, who will be helping me with the scheduling for the next week or so, and I hope to be back on your streams. Have a good night, have a great weekend, and see you all around soon. This is Game Over Calgary.